Assalamu alaikum. I am Mir Unupam Hussain Akib from the Department of Software Engineering. My ID is 1913526440. Today I am going to talk about the strategy of taking the best interview preparation. So let's move on to the slide. The first point, we have research the company and interviewers. So this is very important. Before we go to the interview, we have to research the company and the interviewers very well. This is very important part. We can research the company about from the company blog, social media, from the HR or recruiter, the receptionist, and last minute news. So we must do it before we go to the interview board. Then our next point is practice your answer to common interview questions. In every interview board there are some common interview questions such as tell me about yourself and why do you choose this company, etc. So we have to be prepared to answer these questions very well so that we can answer them perfectly and quickly. And then our next topic is reread the job description. Job description is very well, because if you reread the job description carefully, then we can understand why they are searching for a people for that position. We will know what they want and we can reply according to the job description in the interview board. Then we have recruit a friend to practice answering questions. So this is actually like mock interview. So what we do in mock interview, we practice interview in mock interview. So if we practice answering question that they might ask in interview board, then we will be fluent answering those questions, and our questions will be accurate and perfect. So we can for practicing we can recruit a friend and keep practicing with him or her. Then we have be prepared for explaining your project. As we are from CSE or software engineering background, we have done so many projects in our university, and if we are already in industry, then we have done some projects in industry. So we have to be prepared to explaining those projects in the job interview in the interview board, because in every interview board they ask what project you have done. So we have to be prepared explaining those projects very carefully so that they understand it better and appreciate the project. Then we have create some questions for interviewers. At the end of the interview, in every interview, the interviewers always ask, do you have any question? So we have to make some question for the interviewers so that they can find some interest. For example, we can create some questions like how many team do you have, and where I will be able to see myself after 10 years if I perform well, etc. So it will convince the interviewer if we do this type of question in the interview board. So I think if you follow this step, then your interview will go very well. So that's all about my presentation. Thank you so much for watching.